Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
We psychoanalyzed why cops watch Disney movies, and we think we got it figured out. Hang on for that a little bit later on in the podcast. Here we go.
We've got email. We've got email. Got email. Got email. We've got email.
All right, I need you to hear this one fully out, okay? Because it's going to stir up a lot of emotions, and I need you just to concentrate on what you feel the most. Hey, guys. This is from Kevin, by the way. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. Not surprising. Until you find out that I'm a 39-year-old single man.
Okay. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's sad. I feel bad for laughing.
I've just always loved her music, and I don't see it being any more weird than me liking the music of any other artist. Her fans are very possessive of her and sometimes not nice to other fans. I think you guys have already talked about this on your show. Knowing this, I went to the Eras movie at the theater this weekend.
Yeah, sure.
None of my other friends wanted to go with me, so I went alone. I knew I might get some looks, but the reaction was worse than I had expected. I actually had 2 women ask me where my family was. I also noticed that no one would sit near me in the theater, and it was really packed. Was I so wrong to go to the Taylor Swift movie by myself? Do you think I was unfairly treated? Asking for a friend, Kevin.
Kevin.
You would have shot him a look if you saw a 40-year-old single dude by himself at the Taylor Swift movie. You know you would have.
You know, I thought that way when I went and saw Zootopia with Liam, and there was a single guy right in front of us all by himself, no kid. I thought it in my head, what a weird thing to watch as a grown man. Like the guy was total 30s, 40s years old. So I thought something weird then. I get where moms would be like, you know, with their young daughters, why is this grown man in there? Kevin, I'm sorry to judge you like that. We have somebody here that is like a true blue Swiftie, and he is in his mid-30s, right? And like hardcore, he would go do that. So
listen,
isn't it going to stream? Couldn't you wait for it to stream? Like maybe you'd want to
I think
do
it's
that.
really, really, really sad. And it bums me out that you people are judging this guy.
It's so sad. I'm sad that I think that way.
Makes me very, very disappointed.
But you know what, Kevin? Someone else ruined it for you. Like a perv out there ruined it for you. You are a Swiftie hardcore through and through, and you just wanted to get your signature Swift bucket of popcorn and enjoy the show.
People are so
I feel
quick
bad
to judge this guy.
I am being a little judgy. And I
Can
feel
you
bad about it.
imagine walking up to just a guy you don't know in the movie theater and go, oh, where's your family? You're here by yourself?
No, I wouldn't have said anything out
Yikes.
loud.
Just read you Kevin's email. Basically, here's the deal. He sent us this email because he got a little bullied this weekend by going to the Taylor Swift movie. He says, I'm a 39-year-old single dude. None of my friends wanted to go to this. I love her music. I don't find it weird. It's like liking any other artist. So he went to the movie by himself. He had several women ask him, where's your family? Mm-hmm. He also noticed no one would sit next to him, and the place was really packed. He says, is it wrong to go to this movie by myself? Do you think I was unfairly treated? Asking for a friend.
Like I said,
Kevin.
I thought it was weird to see a grown man go and see an animated film like Zootopia by themselves. I thought that was a little weird. And then Travis says, I think it's normal to have that protective instinct and be aware of your surroundings. It's hard to know a person's intentions in today's world. Better be safe than sorry. I think that's what women think about when they see a grown man watching a movie that the majority of the Swifties are young girls.
I think it's really unchristian for you to judge him like that, Kat.
I think it's horrible that I'm judging that, but
Ashley, first thoughts. What should Kevin be embarrassed, or was he too bullied?
I think he was bullied.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, there's so many different circumstances that could have been to that. Like, he could have been a vulnerable adult who only relates to movies like that. He could have had a daughter that died from cancer and she was a Taylor Swift fan. He could have, there's so many different things that go into it for people just to be judged. I mean, these are probably the same type of women who are like, oh, my daughter was born a girl and she wants to be a boy. Go ahead and change her, give her surgery. You can't judge people.
Well, I don't know about that.
Ashley, what was the last thing you judged someone about? And you can't say nothing because that's a lie. So what was the last thing?
I judge people every day by the way they walk, why they drive, shoes. I mean, I think it's just it's human nature.
By the way they walk, you are crazy. And then you're like, no, leave this guy alone who could be like a full-on predator that's writing the show just to get sympathy. By the way they walk, you are hilarious. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, as humans, we're naturally judgmental. It's what we do.
So, but I think we can agree here that what we did is almost everybody assumed that it was weird that he was a 39-year-old dude there by himself, and very few people like Ashley assumed that there might have been a reason other than something negative that he was there for.
I feel bad because there's no other situation that we could flop this around. We can't flip a female being where, and it would just be totally weird.
Well, yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah, there's nowhere. I could go see a man like Rambo. I could go see Rambo, and all the guys would think it's hot. They'd be like, oh my God, she gets it. That's so hot.
I don't know. Those kind of chicks weird me out, man. I'm a little scared. I'm not a very tough guy. Those kind of sounds will be haunting everything you do as we approach All Hallows Eve. I thought, well, everybody's got the traditional spooky, oh my gosh, he rose from the dead, and there's all sorts of zombies everywhere. There's ghosts and goblins and witches, but give me a scary story in just 5 words. Could you do that, Kat?
I feel like I could handle any zombie anytime, but this stuff does scare me. So in 5 words, you said?
Yeah, 5 words. Give me a scary story.
Your card has been declined.
Oh, that's the worst.
That has happened to me when I had $400 in Target groceries sitting in a cart, a 2-year-old, all because I was an idiot and did not update my card and call in the PIN number like the mail tells you to. So I had a card that wasn't working. Pedicure prices have gone up.
Oh, no.
That is the worst. And that's what we're dealing with right now. The pedicure prices have gone up like 30%. It's crazy. I do my toes at home now. Sometimes.
Mine is tuition is due today.
Oh, my God.
If at any point in my previous life you'd have told me I have 3 children in private schools,
yeah,
I would have said, you are a crackhead.
Laughable.
It would have been very laughable. And yet the first of the month rolls around, and my wife, since she works in finance, keeps all of those bills away from me so that I don't see them and freak out.
What about in the summertime? I can see your curlies.
5 words that give us a completely scary story. Like what?
That wasn't a chocolate bar.
Oh, my God.
That wasn't. Who makes that mistake? Who? I've never made that mistake.
Gwen said, your mama called me today.
Uh-oh.
Your bank account is negative.
Oh,
also,
no.
have to go to work.
Oh.
Sarah said, your kids moved back in. Oh, my God. I have one graduating from college this year. That would absolutely give me that.
Did you read Denise's?
No, what's Denise's?
Your insurance doesn't cover that.
Oh.
That is the worst.
Now, whether it's a prescription or whether it's you get a dinged up vehicle or something like that, if you want to add to it, something's coming to mind and you want to share, scary story in just 5 words. What do you have for us? Real quick question. I heard you digging through your purse before.
Yeah.
It sounded like a drill sergeant banging on a trash can lid. How much money do you have? How much cash do you have on your person or in your purse right now?
$171.
And how do you know that exact amount?
Because I had $11 and then Derek gave me my allowance yesterday. So I have $171. Didn't think I'd have the answer, did you?
Well, I thought you would because I know you pay a lot in cash.
I feel like I buy less when I have cash.
Really?
Because you can see it physically dwindling down.
Sure.
And it's always worked for us. Like, you get what you get on payday for your allowance, and then when it's out, it's out. So you kind of have to plan day to day.
I never have cash on me. Never. I mean, out of 365 days a year, there's probably 3 to 4 days that I have any cash on me whatsoever. And that's usually because my wife and I are going to go out that night. And she goes, you hold on to the cash.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have no cash. And there's about 8% of us now in the population that never carry or pay for anything in cash anymore. We're only digital.
I'm going to go back to what you said about her giving you the power of paying when you go out. Tell me this as a man. I've been thinking about this for a little bit now. I'm always the one that, like, if we go out to eat, he's like, you got your wallet? And then I just say yes, because I have my purse with me. And then I pay. But I feel like in my psyche, I'm doing something to not sabotage our relationship, but like I want to feel a little bit more feminine. So I feel like I'm going to
You're
make
emasculating him.
I feel like I am. And now he's so comfortable that he's like, my lady's
that's
got
in your
it.
head. That's not a big deal. That's just because I've seen Derek's wallet. That thing is George Costanza-ish.
He's got cash.
Big. He leans on one cheek almost specifically when he's got a wallet with him.
We're a minute away from me feeling like that McDonald's meme where the white skinny guy's behind the girl and she's paying and he's got his hands around her stomach. Like, that's what I don't want him to feel like that. I don't want me to feel like that. Even though the money is coming from the same account, I feel like it's up in my head where I'm like,
do that all the time. If I see my wife's got her little strap thing on,
yeah,
and we're going to go into a restaurant or something like that, I go, you got this? She's like, oh, yeah, no problem. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it could be. So I was like, maybe I'm going to start, just say, grab your wallet, and I'll leave my stuff.
You'll never leave your purse. You're telling me you're going to go under. You got it anyways. Again, you're making things just more difficult because you have a
it's
feeling.
It's not more difficult because he has to take the card out of his wallet.
But he has to have his wallet with him now.
Oh, my God. So what?
So what?
So
we
what?
just only have 4 pockets.
Okay.
I'd much rather be without my wallet.
I don't know if other women feel like that, but I'm like, I want to start feeling more like a 1950s female where like I go in, I don't have to worry about bringing my money.
Can't go in public like that anymore.
It's a rough day. I woke up late.
What if you had?
I think that was quite illegal for you to say, as a boss.
No, but I mean, think about that. If you had to, what if you had to be completely dressed, hair, makeup, dressed to the nines before you left the house?
No, I don't want to do that. I can't do that. You'd
have to get up at 1 o'clock.
Crazy. That's crazy.
That's the 1950s housewife. Careful what you wish for.
I just want like bits and pieces. I want to tailor make my 1950s life. I don't want to do any housework, but I want
genetic engineering.
Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? Everybody!
Other people's problems. A lot of the group therapy that we do on the radio has to do with your issues and then listeners that may have gone through something like this. And I think that's what Allison was banking on when she shot us a text and we said, hey, come on the show, tell us what's going on. I know it's not easy, but can you kind of get into the details?
So I'm kind of in desperate need of advice right now because my supposed friend decided to spill the scandalous details about me cheating to my husband.
Oh, my God. Now, what kind of friend is this? Is this someone that should have known? Did you think that she would have your back?
Yeah. I mean, we've been friends for years, so I really just never thought she would, like, go and tell him.
Well, what kind of cheating was this? Is this like a long time emotional and physical affair? Was this a one-night stand? What was this?
No, it is an affair, and I mean, you know, it's more like a midlife crisis type of thing. You know, it definitely isn't worth like me losing my husband over. You know, I mean, I know it's wrong, but it's just worse that she went and told him now. Like, it's not, you know, it'd be better coming from me, if anything.
Right. Absolutely. Like, where did things stand? Like, what was it like when he found out?
It's not good. Like, I don't even know how to, like, begin repair the damage with him right now. Like, I don't know. Should I recommend, like, therapy? He's just, like, very, like, not even speaking to me.
Yeah, I guess I can't really gauge where he's at. Sometimes you just know that it's over, by the way the person reacts. But maybe he just needs some space right now. Maybe are you totally done with this other guy? Like, you're not having any contact with him? Because that would be a big one.
No. I was going to, cut the affair off anyway, and I totally ended it.
Well, I wonder why she made it her business to do that instead of being a friend and saying, you got to stop it. Maybe work on how to make your marriage better. I wonder why she did that. Does she want your husband?
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, maybe she just is mad at me. And I mean, obviously, I'm wrong, you know, but I just don't think it was her place to tell him. It just makes it's more embarrassing for everyone.
Yeah. No one's in the right. Obviously your husband is the victim in this whole situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's open it up and see what our listeners have to say. Ones that have maybe dealt with adultery, maybe the ones that were cheated on, how they got over it, maybe what the right route for you to go is in how to approach him. So go ahead and hang up with us and then turn your radio up and listen to what they have to say. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I would say at this point, if you've been through something like this is a great chance. And by the way, I understand how touchy this is, so we can keep you completely anonymous. But if you want to call or text with thoughts, if it's something you've been kind of been through, and you give any advice whatsoever, is it you just cut bait? Is it you wait
Are you the
out?
one that was cheated on?
Yeah.
And you have decided to forgive them for whatever reason and move forward? That's a pretty big move.
Yeah, how do you go about that? I mean, what's the process that's worked for you, or do you have any advice whatsoever? We'd love to get it on the radio.
A lot of people are saying once that trust is broken, it's nearly impossible to get it back. If you're unhappy, tell your significant other. Lying and going behind someone's back is going to cause crazy amounts of damage. You guys, you're texting like crazy. Okay, we have some calls now, but we have had, I'd say, 50 texts about this in 3 minutes with people that have gone through this.
Hey, Marissa, thoughts on this? Oh, that's what she thinks.
Okay. So we had one that I thought was really interesting. This one from 0912 says, I've been a therapist for a long time. She's not done cheating. I think maybe she just wants things to settle down a little bit. She doesn't like the unsettled feeling of somebody not talking to her.
Stephanie says she doesn't deserve the marriage. A lot of people are saying you broke this guy. You got to let him go. I mean, it's going to be hard, but you got to let him go. Him coming back to this is going to be rough.
That is probably pretty true. All of these, oh my God, they're coming in like crazy. I can't keep up with it. This one says you guys are going to get a lot of hate responses on this one. I don't see a lot of people that are in her favor. Like I said, took a lot of guts for her to come on the show and admit to her wrongdoing. A lot of people saying she's not done cheating.
Can't blame the friend for the secret thing. You were the one having the affair.
Very true.
Right. Kind of got the day started, and when I got to work, I always check my Facebook memories. And there must have been a situation where 8 years ago, I must have stayed home with Nolan, and he must have been sick, and Trish must have had something going on at work, because my Facebook memory was waking up to watching this.
Bear in the Big
Blue House is, I didn't realize it, but it is such a core memory for me with all 3 of my kids. They love this show so much.
I remember cuddling with them, and when this stuff would be on, you just numb out.
Yes.
You're like, you just stare straight ahead.
And as a parent, you can catch a 20-minute nap here.
Remember that with Caillou and Peppa Pig?
That's the moon at our house. Kitchen's here. Bathroom's there.
Kitchen's here. Bathroom's there.
Pillows full of fluff here.
Oh, man.
Oh, such a good memory. I was like, he must have been sick.
You're getting people right now.
Welcome to the Big Blue House. I don't think they make
my
new
younger
episodes
brother
anymore.
says that he will watch Bluey by himself sometimes. He's like, the lessons are incredible. I'm like, stop it.
My kids
You're
are too
gonna
old,
regress.
never got to the Bluey.
Yeah, I think it's just pretty recent.
Pretty
My
happy
niece
about
is
that situation.
obsessed with it. What an unfortunate name for a cartoon. Literally, when my brother said, hey, she wants Bluey themed, I go, what?
Wait.
What did she?
You were like, that was my nickname in middle school.
I literally was like, you can't be seriously letting your child watch this show that's called Bluey.
So Wednesday morning on the live show, it's going to start a winning Wednesday out for us. Thanks to our friends at Sox Rapid Car Wash. Every single hour, you grab a couple of car washes. And, of course, 3 times tomorrow morning, we'll give you a chance at up to $5,000 cash. So I know you're loving the podcast right now, but make sure and come back for the live show tomorrow morning starting at 6. Here we go.
So I was scared like several times yesterday, and I don't understand why. Maybe it was like a jumpy, like Halloween-y thing, but I was down in our office. And the laundry door, we have a barn door to our laundry room, and that was closed. And all of a sudden I hear like all this pressure, like a loud out of a pipe pressure. And I look under the door, there's like dust being blown out of the door. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So I carefully open the barn door and it stopped. And I'm like, oh my God. Then I hear a rat-a-tat-tat on the front door. It was the guy blowing out our
sprinkler system.
He's like, oh, I forgot to turn a knob. I'm like, okay, so water all over.
Yeah, because they didn't shut the valve off in your basement.
I mean, the sound was so horrific.
He didn't stop there first and say, guys, is your water off? What a bonehead.
Yeah.
Even I know that.
I know.
You paying for this
He's
service?
He's such a nice guy. I think he was just I think he thought someone else on his crew had done it first.
Jeez.
And then he started the compressor, but it was so loud. He went down, cleaned it all up.
What a dummy.
There wasn't water, like a ton of water, but it had sprayed everywhere. And then last night, probably around like 11:30, went up to use the restroom, laid back down, and I must have been in a deep sleep, but I heard the doorbell. And this has happened a couple of other times when I've been sleeping that I hear it. So it's so real. And I got up and I forgot that the guy that came to do the blowout came through the front door. And I'm like, oh no, did I not lock the front door? So here I am thinking somebody has already gone down in my basement. I'm like freaking out. I'm looking down from our window in our living room to see if anyone's at the front door. And I didn't have the cojones to go down and check the front door. I went up.
You just went back to bed?
No, I woke Derek up to go do it. And he got up like a man. Like he fixed the mower this week. And he just got up like a man and walked down there and checked the door. I'm like, you're not worried about anyone coming up from the basement to kill you?
I can't believe in today's day and age you don't at least have any kind of security system.
I do have a
or any
security
cameras.
system.
Well, then
I don't have
the security system didn't go off?
Well, it wouldn't have because the door didn't open.
But dude, it still would have went off if it came ajar.
It didn't. I'm saying it was unlocked. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I never locked the door again.
But if you had if your system was on, you would have known nobody
Maybe Derek
came in,
didn't
right?
set the system. But yeah, we don't have any cameras.
But that's the very first thing when my head hits the pillow.
Yeah.
That alarm is set.
I know
there is no entry point happening, and I got motion cameras everywhere.
Yeah. No, we have ADT, but yeah, it was weird. Like, and then I was up for like an hour and a half. Which explains why I overslept, got here late.
Jeez, you're on a...
Yeah, I know.
Guys, Bear in the Big Blue House is on Disney Plus, and I looked at it, I go, oh my God, I'm going to watch this at the app, or I'm going to watch the app and Bear in the Big Blue House at the gym. And Kat goes, well, everyone's going to think you're a cop because that's what cops watch.
Can I elaborate on that? When we were going to Mazatlan, was it Mazatlan? Instead of Cancun that one year? Okay, so I was sitting next to my friend who was a cop at the time, and then his friend Justin, who is still a cop down in the city. We were flying Delta, and so the screen is on the headrest there. They both queued up Lion King at the same time to legitimately, as grown men, watch the Lion King.
Why do you think that is? They just see too much crap during the day?
In my head, I was like, this makes so much sense because my friend is only into lighthearted movies. Like he won't ever watch something that is deep or scary or realistic. Like he has to watch something. I wonder if that's the case. If you're a police officer, if you know a cop, do you see that is a thing? Don't you feel like that would make sense?
They just see too much human garbage during the day, and they want to escape into some Disney stuff.
They need a break. Sometimes it's like in radio when all you do is listen, talk. I ride home in silence.
It's logical. I don't ride home in silence. That would drive me bananas, man.
I do.
The voices
sometimes.
would get to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you got something going. I think you have some demons for sure. That's for a different day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was crazy. I thought that I would get away with it. Is there a product that you would ingest that you would know if it were a knockoff or not? Like it was a generic and it would bother you?
Like a pre-workout and you don't get nearly that buzz. Like the good pre-workout for me is the stuff that makes it feel like your hair is growing.
What about food? Some people say that there's a big difference between like Hidden Valley Ranch and then generic. Is there a food that you're like, this doesn't taste wealthy?
There are, I don't know why, but there are certain breaded chicken nuggies.
I knew you were going to say that.
We've been buying the same ones for years. My oldest son, when he was in high school, had a friend that was gluten-free. Mm-hmm. And so we would always buy these because they were gluten-free and the kids would hang out at our house a lot. And so they throw like a whole bag in the air fryer.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to love them so much that if they aren't those, I just go, Trish, what are we doing here? What are we buying here?
I got a call from Derek yesterday and he said, you think you really could do this to me and get away with it? Ooh. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. He is a soup freak and he loves saltines. And he has always had the ability to tell if it was a knockoff saltine. So I go to Aldi. They only sell the premium saltines at Walmart or Target. Okay. I wasn't messing with that errand that day. And I'm like, this guy's going to have to just get what he gets and not throw a fit.
Did you know that he was going to freak out about it so much that you took them all out of the box?
I did, and I put it in the recycling bin at the bottom, and I put them in like this cute little plastic thing so I could say I just wanted something cute to display them in. You know, I don't want a big blue and white box in the pantry. And he took one taste. And he said, this is trash.
Wow.
I go, it's a cracker. He goes, there's a huge difference between the saltine premiums and just regular saltine crackers. And it was like, I thought I had gotten away with it because I guess I didn't know if he had eaten any yet. And then he brought some to work and called me out.
I don't know if I know the difference between the regular saltines
I wouldn't.
and
No
generics.
one does. Normal people don't. I don't understand. He said it reminds him of his grandma who used to give them to him when he was sick and put butter on them, but they were
those
like the
people,
wrong
by the
kind.
way, that's a sociopathic behavior.
He tries to do that to me all the time when I am sick. He's like, eat some buttered saltines. You're going to feel so much better.
You know who used to love doing that?
Hitler.
Hitler used to do that all the time.
Millie Bobby Brown, who is getting married to John Bon Jovi's son, Jake, okay? And so she's talking about how this great relationship has formed via this text chain between him and her and all of his frat brothers.
I have one called Tea Room with my fiance and all of his fraternity brothers. It's the best group chat known to man, saying the funniest things. And I know the handshake, I know some of the stories, and I just feel like I'm just part of it. They welcomed me. I don't know if they willingly welcomed me or they're kind of forced to, but they did.
So I'm going to turn it around. You have a terrible relationship with your significant other's friend group.
Oh.
That could never be fun because then you're the one taking him away and they have all the resentment. You have a terrible relationship with your partner's friend group.
I do not see eye to eye with my boyfriend's friend group that he's
Why?
in.
What's so bad about these guys?
And when did it start? Did it start right away or was it a gradual thing?
So I went to high school with this group of kids, and they were a grade above me, and I was just always that kid that never really had a friend group to fit in, so therefore I don't really fit into their clique, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, every time I tried to hang out with them, I just felt like I didn't really fit in, so that's pretty much it.
Did you feel like you did everything on your part to try to have fun, or were you instantly like, this is not my style of people?
I think it's kind of 50-50 because instantly, I was kind of like, no, like taking medicine, like I don't want to do this. I'm not a friend group type of person. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll give it a try. And then I went to a couple of their parties and hung out with them a couple of times and like drank with them. I just still could never really.
There's something here. Hold on. I got to find out what it is.
I want to know if you want to use the word trashy. Are they too trashy for you?
They talk crap about people all the time. And I know I'm one of those people that they talk crap about. You know what I mean? If they're willing to talk crap about one of their friends, I'm not part of your friend group, so I'm pretty sure you're talking crap about me too. Like, it's always uncomfortable whenever I go over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's got to be a tough spot for your man.
I think he kind of understands where I'm coming from.
You're number 10.
What? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Woo! Woo! All right.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
1047 KCLD and Key of St. Cloud has free cash. Just be fast or you'll lose it all.
Misha. Oh my gosh,
You're
we're so
jacked.
Listen, I want to play that one more time. This is what it sounded like when you picked up the phone too.
What? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Woo! All right.
We played that back so many times. We were laughing so hard. We're very excited for you.
You were going to be a superstar in the podcast today. So who are the other people around you? Do you want to give them any credit? 'Cause I can hear that there's this group of people cheering you on.
Yeah. I have a couple coworkers. So I've got Mel, Beth, and Taylor.
Okay. As you guys listen to this daily, do you judge the hell out of the people that don't win?
No, we try not to. But
yeah, but
maybe.
you're like, God, that was so stupid. I can't believe they didn't get that. And
Like
now,
the stinkers that go up when you say go down. I know you have something to say.
Right.
Now you're that girl, though. Now you're in the center spotlight. Now you have got to show everybody how it's done. You confident in your skill set here?
I hope so.
Okay,
Come on.
Let's see if we can get you an edge. Misha, the clock is usually at 12 seconds, but I'm willing to push that up to 15 seconds if you can name one of the last 3 songs we've played.
You just played What It Is, and there was Third Eye Blind, and It's My Life, Seven Rings, Ariana Grande.
All right. We don't add time for every song. So.
But I'm giving you extra good vibes because you knew all of our playlists this morning, apparently. So now, here's where the rubber meets the road.
Okay.
You know the jackpot is between $104 and $5,000. You now have 15 seconds to identify that dollar amount. Kat will help you by telling you whether or not your guess should be higher or lower, but she doesn't even know yet.
I don't.
I've yet to give her the envelope. Here's your envelope. We're going to rip this sucker open. We'll show everybody on YouTube and at home watching how much you're going to be playing for.
Here we go. Let's see.
You already know where you're going to start guessing? Like, is this a...
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think I got a spot.
Think about your spot.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, I'll start your 15-second clock just after your first guess. Try and narrow this down within 15 seconds. You can keep all that money, and then we'll have a new celebratory dance, okay?
All right. Sounds
Misha
good.
from KCLD and Key of St. Cloud, best of luck whenever you're ready.
Okay. 3,000.
Lower.
2,900.
Lower.
27.
Lower.
25.
Lower.
2,000.
Higher.
2,100. 2,200.
Lower. Lower.
2,150.
Oh, man.
Dang.
Oh, it was
2015.
Ah!
Showing the camera.
Dang it.
What are they looking at you like?
Dang it.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
paint a picture for us. What are they all so disappointed in you?
They are. They went in the other room. They're totally leaving me alone.
God.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 1047 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.